Welcome back, guys. We're here in the semifinals, the second day of the GSL Code S.
That's right. And don't forget, you come down, you get a GSL coin. A sign goes on the screen, 2 GSL coins. You can turn these in. This is the final day that you can turn them in for Sue collectible trading cards. Bring your coins up to the front desk. And, of course, you can also turn in coins. I forget how many to get movie tickets.
Yeah, we have a movie ticket event here. So, you know, for those of you guys that flew all the way to Korea to experience the culture, to see the GSL Code S, why don't you go to a movie that you could see in your home country?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they can anymore. It looks like that movie was made last year, and sometimes Korea gets movies a bit later.
Oh, well, if you missed it now, you can get the theater experience
if you wanted to see Son of a Gun, then there you go. There you have it. You can do that. So, this is an event that we're going to have at the finals, guys. You're going to go down to the finals, and you're going to predict who's going to be the champion. And you can win stuff off of that. You can win movie tickets and whatnot. Of course, as well, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. What else? I mean, yeah, cat videos are great, okay, but, like, here you go. This is real.
GSL videos are better.
Yeah, of
All
course.
we need is a pro gaming tournament comprised only of cat pro gamers. We would have something that might be better than the GSL.
That would be awesome. And you know what? We could have the finals at an anime convention. It would be perfect.
An anime/DDR convention.
Yeah.
We've got it.
All right.
All right. Well, this is going to be game 4 here. Life is up 2-1 right now. Life playing, I'd say, a little bit better than Hero, but I'm really glad to see Hero was able to at least begin a recovery back there in that last game. And even in that last game, that came down to one solid play and Life not handling it perfectly.
Yeah, Hero really played very well there, so I still have hope, Tasteless. Hero can do it.
I hope he can. I want this to be as close as possible.
All right, our next map going to be Deadwing. Deadwing, definitely a map these guys can get up to 4 bases very easily on. Can definitely change the outcome and the style in which this map is played.
Life versus Hero here. Hero was looking so confident at the start of this. I'm so glad he won that last game because, like I was saying earlier, nobody beats Life 4 times in a row. That just does not happen.
No, certainly not. Now that it's this point, could he 3-0? Maybe. Yeah, I could see a 3-0, but 4-0, impossible, never in a million years.
No.
When he's nothing but dust in space, people will not be able to 4-0 him still.
All right, guys, we're going to go to game number 4 now. Here with Life against Hero to fight for the finals, to become the finals, get in the finals, whatever. You get it. In the bottom left in the blue, he is
KT roster Life.
I have a great idea. I'm going to talk to you about it in a minute.
No problem. In the upper right, in the red, he is
CJ Entus Hero.
Okay, so here it is. Here it is, right? Now, okay. You know how there's like matter like can't be like created or destroyed and stuff like that, and like the circle of life, and how you know that, like, for instance, you have like some molecules that were in Genghis Khan is actually in Tasteless and stuff like that. You know, it's just like this is
probably more than most people. Yeah,
that's probably not true at all. But you know all that, right? Like you know, everyone gets recycled and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what? I've grown quite attached to myself. When I die, I want to be put in an airtight bubble and shipped into a wormhole, because this matter is mine, and I am not sharing it with any future generations. Nope. I'm not going to turn into grass and have cows eat me, and so that's not happening.
It's not how you want to roll.
I want it like thrown either in a black hole or somewhere where humans don't even know where it goes. So people are like, every human that ever lived is somewhere in Earth, except Artosis. We shot him into a black hole when he died. We don't know what the hell happened to his body.
You know, I was thinking about that whole concept of like, you know, people like want to have their brain put onto a computer, right? Or have a copy of their brain put onto a computer, like when they die, so they can live forever. But the thing is, you actually die, just that copy goes on, man.
Well, that's a very philosophical thing. Like, we see different colors and stuff. You know?
Oh my God, he's actually going to go for a cannon rush. Okay, hold up, guys.
He's got a forge. And it's 2. It looks like he's going to win this game, so it's 2-2. We're going to a best of 3.
This Life thinks he's bluffing.
Yeah. Well, it's not over. It's not over.
You're
obviously.
not actually going to cannon rush me. And he's like, okay, you asked for it.
You don't even send drones against this. You just cancel.
No, you cancel.
So
it would be funny if he did send drones, but you shouldn't do that. It's too late now.
Yeah, let's see that.
The question from here is, does Hero just continue to cannon rush at all? It looks like not if the probe's in the main.
I think, well, he just realized when he saw the pool, he's like, oh, wait a minute. You didn't,
Okay, so
you went double hatch before pool, so maybe he'll try, but I don't think so. I think he just goes on normal from here because now he has a frontal warping point and everything.
Yeah, that's actually very true. The follow-up of the cannon rush is also what is so scary for Zerg because they have a warping pylon. These 3 bases are completely disjointed.
Yeah.
Which is really bad for Zerg since Zerg only wants to have 1 point of entry when they're on 3 bases. Generally, occasionally, there can be 2 points, but they're usually pretty close together.
Yeah. I want to say from here, from positions like this, I personally currently really am fond of going into Oracle play because it protects for even longer that pylon, gives you a lot of options, and with the bases being so disjointed, they have to make a lot of spores and whatnot. It gets very annoying to deal with, especially with the drones transferring all over.
Yeah.
So I would love to see a follow-up like that.
I think that's the right follow-up there for Hero, is to do some kind of attack here. Now that we have this, I believe the technical term is fugly base setup here for life. Look, this could definitely go to 2-2.
Yeah.
Hero's off to a great start.
That's, I guess, realistically, you say a fugly base setup, but if you look at, connect him with lines, pretend the third that he has down the low ground is in the other place, that would be the same type of obtuse triangle. So,
That's
it's
true.
really, it's just all about
These aren't constellations or Artosis. This is not like the Big Dipper we're looking at down here. We have to look at the way that...
Look, I read the signs of this game, and I think that, Hero's going to live a long and happy life.
It's like, well, life is a Leo. He's very vain.
Hero's lucky number today is 7, Tasteless. He's got to bring this to Game 7 if he wants to win.
Well, Link speed has started. We have a Stargate coming up here, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a heavy gateway attack.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to make an Oracle and try to kill a bunch of drones.
I like it that way. The heavy gateway attacks following this, because you have the pylon, are the most predictable thing in the world. It's like,
to me
that's like if it's raining and you're like, I think it's going to rain. It's like, well, it's raining right now, idiot. That's what it's like.
Well, let's see how this actually works.
You're with me, right? You get it, right?
The metaphor is you use.
Oh man.
I just love the gateway follow-up here if you do this, because you can just walk right up the ramp, force field it off.
Yeah.
And there's not much else you can do.
Unless they're ready for it, and then you have gateway tech.
Oh, all right. He is going to go ahead and ditch this cannon now, as life space is going to be free. He can now take his 4th whenever he wants. Got to be careful, though, because pretty much never does a Protoss just play your standard game, although as I'm saying that, it looks like that's what Hero is, in fact, doing. He's taking a 3rd Nexus. Robotics Bay is going to finish. And he's just sending this Oracle out here to try to zap a few drones.
And with those spores, RF can't do much, but there's so many Lings on the way that he might, in fact, very much will need that Oracle on defense. Good chance that this is going to get canceled anyways, because he's already used up a bunch of Oracle energy.
Yeah, he'll have to get that cannon done here. This should be a forced cancel, actually.
Now let's see.
He's going to make sure that this is all destroyed. He's actually going for the pylons.
Oh, he can actually. He needs to turn this on really soon. Okay, there you go. And he does turn on as he sees more and more Lings actually flow in here. Can he actually save this? He'll kill a lot of Lings either way.
He's going to get this next for sure. He's going to have to cancel that, and he does do just that. As the Ling's back up now.
Now that is a lot of Zerglings.
He might actually just try to go for it again. Now, with Protoss, 5 gates making, and he's getting the robotic support base, so we may see a follow-up here.
Yeah, that is definitely a possibility that he tries some sort of big frontal attack, but since a Void Ray is making, I think he's going to retake the 3rd base. I think the Colossus is a little bit too slow. The Void Ray is like a slow unit to add into this. You'd probably want to just make more sentries and whatnot, so yeah. I think this is him kind of looking at it and saying, okay, I'll make some extra units because you have a million Zerglings.
But I think that he's just going to keep hitting this Nexus. I don't think this 3rd base is ever going to come to be. I mean, look, he can make this cancel all day, and he may actually end up forcing Hero to have to do some kind of attack while Life is taking a 4th base, mind you. And funnily enough, That fourth base will not be killed. Because that is tucked way back there. So that's going to be a base that has a lot of minerals that Life will have for as long as he's on top of this game.
Very well said. We do have a Spire on the way, which is
scary. That might be the nail in the coffin.
The one thing you absolutely cannot deal with on 2 bases is a 4-base Muta player. There's I guess there's probably multiple things you can't really deal with, but that's as scary as it gets.
There's no way you can leave your base without it being killed off, and usually there's no way you can even attack the base, because 4 bases providing Vespian gas for Zerg with just 2 bases providing Vespian gas for Protoss is a pretty big difference.
You say Vespian really funny. Vespian?
How do you say it? You say Vespian, and what am I saying?
Vespian, that's what I say. Vespian gas.
Is it Vespian or is it Vespian?
I think it's Vespian.
Somebody let us know on Twitter.
Well, now, it looks like, will he finally get it?
Well, that was a nice play there with the force fields and the positioning. He actually will get that third base up. But there are 11 Mutas coming here.
And he hasn't seen the Spire.
Yeah, there's an observer that was over there, but it is just like a hex off.
It's hard to be more tricked than he's going to be. In fact, if the Mutas don't fly over that, if you ever had these games where Mutas just show up like a bunch of them, and you're like, I am so bad, I had no idea about this. Something like that could even occur here, which is really funny. Look at this. With these units coming across the map, no reason to even show the Mutas. These units will just completely die.
Look, okay, now he sees it.
He should be, warping home.
Well, he's going to try to shoot the drones, and then get the Mothership Core if he could.
Oh, man.
Nope. Okay, we'll have a counterattack here from Life. Really, really bad spot here for Hero. Actually upgrading +1 Muta attack. Now, what he might do is send the Mutas into the main, and then when there's inadequate defense at the front, he brings the Mutas and the Lings up to the third base and picks that off. And that should be economic checkmate.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it, because the Colossus will probably stay to guard Lings. Or,
bring the Colossus, man.
And that means you can hit with the Lings.
Maybe the Colossus can stand on his head and hit air units. I don't know.
But he only hits him with melee attack. He kicks him with his legs. Mutas are far too fast for that.
Well, he's going to do it. There it is.
It's a very good move indeed.
Should definitely go for the Nexus here. Okay. Looks like he just wanted to see if he could damage anything else.
And he wants to go for pretty much everything. And completely out of position is Hero here. Will end up losing this Nexus. And there's not even all that Hero can do from here.
Look at this. He's even at the last second going to try to just dive in, see if he can't get any more of these units remaining over here.
The only thing Hero can do here, I think, Tasteless, is just kind of do a counter all in. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he could try to make a Nexus, but then it's going to be 5 base Zerg.
Well, I guess if he tries to make the Nexus, that means that he's going to just hope Life stays on Muta. Because if he does, maybe +2 Blink plus Phoenixes, maybe he can eventually beat this army. Because sometimes Zergs do overcommit to the Mutas, just thinking they can win.
Yeah, sure.
But, for instance, if he switched into, with this many Corruptors and Mutalisks out, if he just switched into, let's say, Swarm Host, how the hell do you ever deal with this? You're so far behind, you just never will. So this is him gambling that Life will think he can kill him, I think.
This is a situation that I can't imagine any Zerg player that's adequate at the game losing, but especially not Life. Now he's going to bring Corruptors here. And this game is going to kind of look like one of those BGH games where that really young nerd only made air units,
Pretty much.
This is going to be
a few Lings mixed in.
Yeah.
You have those extra minerals may as well. It's hard to stack gases.
Protoss has to have a lot of bases to answer Zerg air. Stalkers are not fantastic.
If he had 3 mining, this would still be hard.
Yeah. Now notice he's coming in here. He's just targeting down a few air units. Whoa, don't overcommit here.
This is
a little
going
bit
well. This is the type of thing that Hero actually needs to have happen, where he's okay, now I kill all these units.
He needs to kill more of those air units here. This is actually getting really bad. I don't.
But he killed this third again, so it's
Yeah, I guess he can afford to lose that all day. The gas is going up as fast as the minerals are going up. If you're watching the. They're pretty much even. A little bit of a lead here for the minerals, but I mean, to get gas this quickly, look, there's 12 units making now. They're all hatching.
Well, this is the one way that we might see Hero come back into this. We've seen every great Zerg in the world do games like this where they end up losing, whether that's Sue against Zest in that terribly close finals where he just kept going Muta and kept attacking, or maybe right now Life against Hero. It's with he's like the Lings don't do anything against Claws +2, and then you just got Mutas.
It's going to all come down to this. This is it. There's no third base here. He's warping everything else in. It's 186 supply here for Zerg. So,
oh no!
The Quobes.
Well, that was, oh man, if you just had a single Zealot there, that would be very nice.
Right, so he's pulling everything. Is there any way that Hero can pull this off?
Oh, well, he's killing off these Mutas pretty well.
Well, the Colossus is gone too, and so he's probably going to be making a lot of Lings with this. That is a lot.
He only has 16 Larva Tasteless.
Now, keep in mind, there's a lot here for Zerg as far as bases go. So, I mean, this is a lot to punch through.
It certainly is. It's going to take him a while to actually win this if he's going to win it. But
yeah, he has to win it with this attack. It's a pretty scrappy army. Stalker, Zealots, and a Sentry here or there.
I think Life will just barely end up holding this. It just not really that much left here. Hero's main is basically mined out as well, so he can't even warp in off his full gateways at this point.
He's blinking back. Drones have been pulled here. 69 to 71. Just barely though. Life did it. Yep, he held it off. In fact, did not lose that hatchery, by the way, at that base.
Drone's still chasing.
25 workers right now for Life. You can see Hero, this is a frowny face base over here where he's probably lost, but he has the money, and this is the only move he can make. So
yeah.
I think we're going to see him tap out in a second here. This is going to be a 3-1 lead now.
Yeah, that's
with Life just one win away, from going on to the finals to face off against Party.
Wow, pretty sick, man. Life may end up winning one of these tournaments after all. Maybe not the Bonjour, but maybe the Banjo.
The Banjo, indeed. The next Zerg Banjo.
All right, so up 3-1. Last map is Iron Fortress. We don't really know a lot about that map in this
we don't know what that map looks like.
The next map has to be Catalina then, right?
I think you're right.
Wait, no, there's two more maps because...
No, let me point something out here. No.
What's 3 + 1? That's 4. Yeah, so there's two more maps. So Catalina is one of them, and the other one is...
We do see the coaching staff coming in here and talking to Hero. He has to win 3 games in a row to go on to the finals, which is going to be very tough. Let me remind everybody of something, because that was a pretty long game. That game started out with a cannon rush that actually forced Life to cancel. And Life just transitioned so naturally into a winnable spot.
Yeah, he did a very good job
He is looking very unbeatable if Hero's in the booth against him.
It really came down to him making so many Zerglings that he canceled that Nexus that many times. Like, you get one cancel, you're ahead. You get 4 cancels, it's like the Protoss can't win.
1, yeah.
4 cancels is like
and
worse than a kill.
Let's also talk about this too. He actually could have done some kind of follow-up all-in and didn't. We'll never know how that game would have turned out, but I do wonder if Hero's going to be running that if he does in fact lose today, which it looks like is going to be the case.
It's looking like it right now, Tasteless. Catalina going to be the next map here. Definitely can be a very tricky map if you choose to do, a 2-base all-in. Okay, that's a 2-base all-in for Protoss. That can be done on any map. But when you take that 3rd base and they go for, like, Hydra Roach, it's very tricky defending your 3rd and your natural. And that is something that the best Zergs are consistently killing Protosses or getting them into terrible positions where it's only Blink Stalker against Roach Hydra. Which isn't always terrible. Sometimes you win with that. But you know what I mean. It's like it makes a game almost one-dimensional at one point.
You have to think of all the options Life has right now. And he's used plenty of them in the series. But all the options that he has at his disposal for how to play this next game or games, it's going to be a very, very tough rest of the season.